We're a generational podcast. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Katrina.
And boy, that was a long welcome.
Yeah, it was.
Hi.
Hi.
How you today?
How are you today?
No, I don't want. My life is composed of TikToks at this point. Also, did I show you my list of movies that I'm watching?
You had the list that it was inspired by last week, but I didn't see the actual one.
So, this is the actual one, and it's very pretty and rainbow.
Ooh.
And you're like, oh, that's a long list. It goes on, you split the page in half. There's a second page! Disney makes a lot of movies.
Yes.
And this is just the Walt Disney animated ones, plus Mary Poppins, because it's half animated.
Yes. For
the record, I'm going chronologically. I just finished The Jungle Book. The Aristocats is next.
Nice.
Yeah. I am a person that doesn't journal.
Yeah.
But I love moleskins, which is what I'm presently using, for, jotting everything down. So, one of them I use for, jotting down money stuff, and who cares about that? But I've started to use it for not that, because money isn't an issue right now, because I'm not spending any money, because I'm not leaving my house. So that's fun. Well, actually, that's not true. I am leaving my house to do my job, because I got a new job.
Ooh.
But it's essential worker, so
yeah,
can't get mad at me. Did I get the job just so I can get out of my house? Yes. But did they need the coverage anyway? Yes. Yeah, I went in so I had orientation Tuesday, of last week, and then today I went in for my first training, and they gave me my polo. And they're really nice polos. They're, name brand golf polos.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a Midwest store, but I also get 10% off my groceries.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. I'm working the kiosk, which is outside in the parking lot. It's a building out there, but the way they make it sound, they're like, yeah, you're working the kiosk in the parking lot. And I'm like, you mean a valet? And they're like, no, like a kiosk. So it's a little tiny... Think of the size of your bedroom. Multiply it by 3 and make it, long, not wide. And that's pretty much the kiosk for online orders. So they do the shopping in the store, bring it out in totes to us, and then we load it into people's car. So that's fun. My first official day is tomorrow, but I got paid for orientation and training.
Cool.
Normally, for online orders, the store receives about 300 in a week. Oh. They have 210 just for tomorrow.
Fun.
Because of the incident. The incident. They've been getting about 200 to 250 a day, and they're like, someone save us. Because they were using the, fulfillment center, so they didn't actually have to do the shopping. And then the fulfillment center was like, it's time to take off the training wheels. You guys need to figure out how to do this on your own. So it was the fulfillment center, trucking over the orders already in bins, so we didn't need shoppers in the store. And then they ripped off the Band-Aid. And starting tomorrow, we have to do our own shopping. And by we, I mean the online shoppers. You have to be 18 to be an online shopper. So I am not one of them. Yeah, but that's been my day. I got a new polo. I got my name tag that I already lost. Oh, wait, there it is. See, it says my name. And the funny thing is...
that's your name?
It is my name.
Wow.
The funny thing is, my sister used to work for the same company. Different store, different state. But, I got dressed today, and I was like, I think I'm looking at a picture of my sister. And I was looking in the mirror. Because we already have the same face. But then I was wearing the exact same clothes she used to wear.
Yeah.
It was scary. But then, okay, here's a secret. On the back of our name tags, it has the store codes, also my store ID. So if you want to clock in under my name in a store that isn't in your state.
Exactly.
Code red, if they announce a code red, get your butt out of the building. Code yellow is take shelter. Code blue is a medical emergency, and code green is a lost child. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but I also didn't say where I work, so it's fine. What are they gonna do? Fire me?
What are they gonna do? Fire me?
No, they need the coverage. She wanted me on my first day, because I'm not officially in the scheduling system yet, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because I just got hired, but they need people ASAP. For my first day, she wanted me to work an 8-hour shift, and I specified on my availability that I'm doing like 4 or 5 hours right now, because I can't handle more people than that.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I know you said this, but would it be at all possible? And I was like, normally I can be a little bit flexible on that, but that is my first day. She goes, yeah, that's probably not a good idea. And I was like, I agree.
Yeah, probably not.
So I'm doing a 5-hour shift.
And, like, not only an 8-hour shift with people, but an 8-hour shift with people concerned about the incident.
Well, here's the thing. I interact with people, but it's literally through a crack in their car door, like, window. They roll it down very slightly, because that's our standard, right? Or, like, the procedures. They will crack their window. Normally, they have to sign for the order, but we just read it off to them right now, and then put a check where their signature should be.
Mm-hmm.
And then we open up their trunk, put the clothes. It's not a clothing store. Put the groceries in, put the receipt in the grocery bag so we don't have to hand that to them, and leave and use hand sanitizer. And we get gloves.
Yeah, I have friends that work at,
Can't relate.
It's people in my class. They're not necessarily super good friends of mine, but I like to say that I have friends.
Anytime I'm telling a story and I say, yeah, my friend, whoever, and my mom goes, what? You have friends?
Wow.
But your friend.
Yeah, they work at... Is Freddy's a national thing? Or no?
I don't think so.
Okay. So, they work at this restaurant. And
oh, it's a restaurant? Then I think so.
Yeah.
Whatever. They work at a restaurant.
They work at a restaurant, and they were talking in our Zoom call about it. And they were just... Apparently, because the open area is closed, obviously, like the normal dine-in area. But they still... It's a fast food restaurant, so they still have, like, pickup and... I just forgot the word for drive-thru.
Drive-thru.
Oh my god.
I forgot what Google Drive was.
We're doing great. But... So, every time there's a new customer, and, like, it makes sense, but it's just so crazy to me, but every time there's a new customer that comes through the drive-thru, they have to put on new gloves and, like, hand sanitize, like, every single time a new car pulls up.
I think I mentioned last week my stepdad is a therapist.
I think so.
Yeah, he's still working, because it's kind of essential right now. But between every client, he has to Clorox wipe his entire office.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he has to put on gloves to do it, because did you know Clorox wipes are actually terrible for you to touch? And you're not supposed to touch them, and they're not supposed to use them in schools?
Huh.
I'm thinking back to all those days of elementary school where the teacher was like, grab a Clorox wipes, kids! I was like, oh, I'm gonna die. Maybe that's why all girls have the same, like, freckle.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm talking about?
I've seen a lot of those on, like, TikTok and stuff. They're like, if you're a boy, like this, if you have a freckle, like, right here. And so many people like it, because everybody has freckles, like, in the same place. And we don't...
I know. Okay, here's my theory, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's where they put in, like, an IV or something, or, like, a shot when you were first born. And because your skin was so soft and baby and tender, permanent scar in the form of a freckle.
Interesting.
That is honestly my theory. I don't think there is any science or logic behind it, but that's not going to stop me from thinking it.
Yeah.
Are you looking around your body for freckles now?
Yes, because I know I've seen those videos before, but I can't remember which ones.
It's that one on your wrist. It's like there-ish. Except, most of the videos, it's further down. It's like right here, but mine isn't right there. It's right on the side. So I don't know. Does that count?
I don't know.
Am I a part of the freckle majority, or am I an outlier?
I have freckles on the back of my wrist, but none on the, like, inside part.
I don't think you're definitely not a part of the Freckle majority, but am I? Because I have one on my wrist.
Maybe.
It's just slightly moved.
I don't know.
Also, I have this weird, like, red spot. Do you see that? It kind of looks like a burn, but it's not a burn.
Huh.
I don't know what it is. I think I'm
kinda
dying.
see it.
Maybe. Never mind. I'm actually sad the month is going to end soon because I have my dog of the month calendar. I don't have dog of the day, but there is someone who is posting their dog of the day calendar or their We Rate Dogs calendar every day. Like, because it has a pull off and a different picture of her.
It's the guy that runs the account that's doing it.
No. He's not doing it.
Yeah, he was.
No, it wasn't Dog Dad. I know it wasn't Dog Dad.
Dog Father.
Okay, whatever. But anyway, I just have, like, a rescue pup one. And I am sad March is going to be over because I have the cutest picture of this dog named Gunner.
Aww.
He's just a cute little rescue puppy. Here, I'll send you a picture. I can't believe I haven't sent you a picture of this before. I think I've mentioned it, like, 8 times.
Probably.
And just keep forgetting to send you a picture. But anyway, speaking of dogs, what's your favorite thing this week?
What's my favorite thing this week, or what's your favorite thing this week? Because your favorite thing this week has more to do with dogs than mine does.
I know, but, I've talked about calendars for way too long.
Alright, my favorite thing this week is Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I mentioned last week that I started watching it, but I have been watching it a lot, because what else am I gonna do besides, like, homework for school and stuff, but
Imagine
I've been
having homework.
I mean...
Insert death glare. Not at Katrina, just...
in general.
To the FBI agent watching me.
But, I think my family's on season 3 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine now, and we started watching it, like, a week and a half ago, and originally it was going to be, I just wanted to watch it because my friends had brought it up to me, and they were like, oh, you should watch this show, it's so good, and so I wanted to watch it for a long time, and I hadn't really been watching any of the shows that my family had been watching, because my family uses the TV a lot, and I'm not allowed to log into, like, Netflix or Hulu or anything on, like, my laptop or phone. So one day when they weren't using it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch the first episode, and then I watched, like, the first 10 episodes by myself, and then my mom started watching with me, and she went back and watched the first couple episodes, and now we can't stop. And there's, like, 8 seasons, and we're 3 in, and it's still airing, so we'll have plenty of content. Anyway.
Yeah. My friends and I are doing, I don't know why it made me think of this, maybe things to do. We're kind of doing a puzzle swap right now, because I'm out of puzzles. My friends are running out of puzzles. You can't get an Amazon puzzle delivered until, like, July at the moment, because they're sold out. Or, like, $50.
Yeah.
So, I am driving up to their house. They are putting their puzzles on the porch. I am taking their puzzles, leaving my puzzles, and driving away.
Fun.
Limited social contact, hours of fun. Yeah, so that should be fun. But one of the friends I texted, I was like, just a heads up, if we do this, one puzzle is missing 1 piece and 1 puzzle is missing 2 pieces. They were sold to me like that. I'm not happy about it. And she goes, oh, that's fine. One of mine is missing, like, 4. We think the cat ate them. And I was like, great. As long as we're on the same page. So yeah, that's how I'm spending my time. Do you have any things you would like to ask me?
Yes. What's your favorite thing?
Thanks!
You were explaining something, so I wanted to wait for you to be done with your explanation.
My favorite thing at this moment. Literally, I wasn't gonna choose this for the week. I think I had something else. I don't entirely remember. That was many hours ago. But right now it's training Skye.
Aww.
Because right now we're working on her stays, even with distractions. So, like, throwing a ball, or being in a stay, having a ball go by her and not reacting to it. It's very difficult to do when you have, I don't want to say reactive, because people think of that, like, associate that with aggressive, but toy reactive. Mm-hmm. She loves her balls. She loves her toys. During training, sometimes I can get away with not bringing treats if I bring a toy. Like, she's that dog. She's also a puppy, so it makes sense. Anyway, right now we're working on that, so we have a 10-foot long, and it actually is 10 feet, because my wingspan is about 5, and I could hold 5, and then, like, move it from that spot, and it was almost exactly another length, like, arm span of leash. But we have a 10-foot leash, and we put her in a sit. That was weird. My buzz just phoned. My phone just buzzed for a really long time. But we put her in a sit, we put her in a stay, and then we throw the ball by her, and she is allowed to break once she looks at us, and I say break, and she's fine, and she does really well about staying. She doesn't even need a leash if you throw it to the side or behind you, but if you throw it directly by her, she tries to make a run for it, so that's where the leash comes in, because you kind of just give her a quick correction, where it's like you just hold the leash. That's literally all the correction is you don't let her go run.
Yeah.
Until she calms down, sits back down, I said sits backs. Sits back down and looks at you, and then it's like, okay, break, and then she sprints like a mad woman, and it's so funny.
That's so cute.
Yeah, she's adorable. What's your favorite song this week?
My favorite song this week is Heather by Conan Gray, and yes, I'm choosing another song off of his new album, Kid Crow. And this song, like, I know you're gonna give me a weird look for this, but this song makes me cry a lot. And so it's...
every song.
I mean, yes, but this song especially, because it's about, like, you know that feeling where someone that you really, really like someone else, and so you, like, hate that person that the other person likes? So if you have a crush on this guy, and this guy likes this other girl, then you hate the other girl because he doesn't like you, he likes the other girl. It's kind of hard to explain. But that song is about that feeling and how you just, like, there's no reason to hate this person, but you do. And, like, it's just so sad because... But I love it so much, and I have not been able to stop listening to it since the album came out. And the album is really good. I know I mentioned that last week, but yeah. Anyway. What's your favorite song this week?
Mama Said by Lukas Graham, because I follow, her name's like Ollie something, 80 something on TikTok. Mm-hmm. She's a mom. Her son has autism, one of them. So she talks about that a lot.
Yeah.
And she had a little snippet of this song in one of her videos explaining why she lets her son play on his tablet after school because it helps him decompress. Because someone was like, you should never let kids with autism on tablets, blah, 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 which is stupid. I have my own thoughts on that I'll share some other time. And I love that I say that almost once an episode, and I never get around to sharing that. Anyway, she just had the little snippet of, like, she explained it, and she goes,
Mama said that it was okay. Mama said that it was fine.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna mess with the sound on that, because I am not singing on this podcast. But anyway, that has been stuck in my head, and I've been listening to the song nonstop, just to, like, get a different line in my head, because it's just the one line that I can't. It's stressful. But also, I tweeted last night that I was procrastinating doing an assignment for my banking account, and almost immediately got a response from a bot that was like, I can write your paper.
Oh my gosh, that has happened so many times to me. This happened to my English teacher. I follow her on Twitter. But my English teacher was talking, because she sends out tweets sometimes so that, like, the people that follow her on Twitter that are in her classes, like, know what's going on. Because, like, the platform that we used, like, the online platform that we use to, like, transmit information from student to teacher was down today. And since we were doing online school, that is kind of an issue. And so, like, she was using her Twitter page to, like, relay information back and forth and stuff. But anyway, that doesn't really have to do with the story right now. But she tweeted out something about how much time it takes to grade essays. And a bot responded and was like, I can write your paper for you. And then she replied and she's like, I don't think you realize. I don't...
Well, yeah, and I was like, my assignment wasn't a paper. It was like a discussion question worksheet thing that a bot would not have been able to do.
Yeah.
But okay.
That has happened so many times when I tweet to, like, complain about schoolwork or, like, oh, I've spent so much time on this one assignment, and then it's like, oh, I can do it for you, and I'm like, actually, I would prefer if you didn't, because I don't want to get kicked out for plagiarism.
Yee.
Yee.
What else should we talk about? I'm scrolling through... Did you hear GameStop is being forced to close finally? Or close their in-store locations?
I've seen their name pop up in the news recently, but I haven't.
So basically, because of the incident, they were claiming themselves as an essential business.
Oh my god.
So they were refusing to close and making, like, store managers argue with the cops about it. And finally they lost their business license in, I want to say, Pennsylvania or something. Like, they just straight up revoked the license.
Oh, wow.
So then GameStop was like, excuse me, we will be moving to curbside pickup or online order only. And I was like, oh, really?
Oh, really? Maybe you should have done that in the first place.
It was really, like, I just couldn't stop laughing, honestly.
I need GameStop to breathe.
Honestly.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through GameStop right now, because I don't need new games, but I want them.
Yeah.
Like,
do you know how many times I have had to stop myself from, like, buying all of the Sims packs, because I have already bought so many in the past, like, 2 weeks.
Here's my problem. I got a check for school stuff.
Yeah.
But I can't go cash it right now. I was only able to deposit it.
Yeah.
And if I cash it, I'm able to move it to either our, like, safe hiding spot or to the other bank where I don't have access to just, like, use my debit card whenever I want. But my mom has access. And, it's really hard for me to not spend all that money. Mm-hmm. It's so hard. And I'm trying really hard not to, but also I want some Pokemon games for the Switch. So, we'll see what happens.
And the thing is I keep watching, like, for trending, I kept, like, sometimes I'll check and see, like, the gaming stuff, and especially since, like, Animal Crossing has been trending a lot lately since it came out.
Do you have it? Did you cave?
I did
goodness.
I did not spend $60 on a game that I was not sure if I wanted.
So, I got mad at someone, because in a server that I am on, won't say which, and I won't say the person, but someone started chewing me out because I downloaded Stardew Valley for $15, and I wouldn't download Animal Crossing. First of all, Animal Crossing works in real time, so you can't binge play it, and right now, I need to be able to binge play a game. Second of all, Stardew Valley is less than a third of the price.
Yeah.
I am not paying $60. No.
Yeah. That's what I've been, like, trying to, like, not trying to decide. I've been watching some people, like, play Animal Crossing because my cousin, like, talks about it all the time and sends TikToks about it because she caved, even though she does not have the money. But she, like,
she's been sending. I bought a Switch.
She's been sending lots of TikToks to me that have to do with, like, things in the game, so I've been watching things so I know what she's talking about. But
what I understand at the game is that you have a raccoon landlord that you are serving? Or something?
Yep.
No, I don't get it.
Yeah. I've been trying to convince myself either to buy or not to buy Stardew Valley, because I've heard good things about it, but I don't know if it's, like, my type of game, because, like, I only play The Sims and, like, some games on Xbox that, like, I haven't played in a long time, so I don't want to, like, buy a game when I could be playing games that I haven't played in a while that we spent money on, but, like, also a lot of people are saying good things about Stardew Valley, so I'm like,
Download Stardew Valley.
On PC or Switch?
Switch. Because if you do it on Switch, I can visit. But you know what game I'm really having to not purchase that I really want to purchase?
What game?
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, because it's Tokyo. It's the Tokyo 2020 games. And I know it's terrible. But I want it so badly.
I have not, like, thought about that game in so long. We used to go over to this,
I had the 2008, like, Beijing Olympic Games for the Wii. For my old Wii. And I'm like, I need it. Because first of all, the cover looks the same. They just changed Beijing 2008 to Tokyo 2020.
Yeah.
But also, it is now Tokyo 2021.
Oh, yeah.
And that is the reason I want it. I'm not even joking.
Just because it's 2021 instead of 2020?
Yeah, I mean, I also want to see how the game has changed, because I did like those games.
Yeah.
But I'd be lying if I told you I didn't want it, because it's the 2020 games, and it's no longer the 2020 games.
Yeah.
Here's my question. My mom and I were talking about this. Will the winter games be the 2022 or 2023? Will this upset the entire schedule for the Olympic Games?
Oh, yikes. I didn't even think about that.
Will it be, you'll have games 2021 and 2022, and then you'll have games in 2024? Will they just skip the Winter Olympics? That'd suck.
That's so complicated.
I love the Winter Olympics so much, so if they skip the Winter Olympics, I am gonna be sad.
See, I don't, like, the only time I remember watching the Olympics is, like, I'll watch the opening ceremony, because it's, like, a huge thing. And I'll watch it if it's on live TV, but usually we don't really watch live TV. There was one summer where my grandma was coming over a lot, because my dad had to go to the school to set up things for the beginning of the year, and my mom was working, and so they called my grandma to come babysit us, and she would keep the Olympics on all the time. So that was the only time I really actively watched the Olympics, but I've never really considered it, honestly. Like, they're fun. There are some sports that I like watching, but
I don't know, it's always just something to look forward to, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, here's the thing, I'm looking through the screenshots for the Switch version, and it looks really low quality. And I don't know if that's just you can pick low quality characters, or if they for some reason decided to make it super low quality. And, like, I know they are capable of making Mario games high quality. I mean, have you seen Mario Kart 8?
Very quality.
Yeah, but they go back and forth between screenshots that say, like, Tokyo 1964, which I guess is the last time they had the Olympics there, to, like, high-quality animation pictures. And I'm like, what do you want from me? I want them to have a free trial of this game. I know they won't, but I want to know, am I getting, like, Stardew Valley level animation, which is, like, good animation, but it's intentionally, like, 16-bit?
Yeah, on purpose.
Or am I getting quality animation that's actually quality?
Yeah.
I don't know! I could probably go watch some videos of people playing it, but...
Yeah.
Or streams, but that's work, and I don't wanna. In other news, to make myself feel better, I ordered a pair of sweatpants from Under Armour.
I saw that on Discord. You were like, because you had to go between, like, so many different stores.
No, okay, so Under Armour was being stupid. Like, straight up stupid. I am lazy, right? I was downstairs in the living room, or the main level. Oh, I did not want to have to go up the flight of stairs to get my debit card to punch in... Like, I didn't want to have to punch in my debit card information. So, instead of, doing the physical thing and walking upstairs, getting my debit card, punching it in, I clicked the PayPal option because why would I not click the PayPal option?
Ow. That's
and so
connecting sound. I'm not going insane.
I did that, and it like brought me to PayPal like it normally does, and it's like, is this the address you want? Is this, is this all right? And I was like, yeah, this is right. What's your deal? And
Rachel?
I continued, like I kept going, and then I would click confirm, have it move back to like you know how after you click the like confirm PayPal, I don't know if you do because I don't know who uses PayPal out there on sites, but it brings you back to the shopping page, or like to your shopping cart, and then it finishes up the order for you, and you can like check everything. And every time I would click confirm and go back to my order would disappear. Like, it would just straight up disappear. And I was like, that's weird. So I thought it was just a glitch, and I did it like 4 more times, which in hindsight probably wasn't smart, because if they were charging my card all that time and I ordered $40 sweatpants 4 or 5 times, that's a lot of money. But anyway, I clicked the button like 4 or 5 more times, and it kept glitching and just deleting my cart, and I was like, okay, I think it's PayPal. It took me 5 tries to realize it, but I was like, I think it's PayPal. So I went through the transaction, I went upstairs, got my debit card, and started to punch, or no, I didn't start to punch in the number. I didn't click PayPal checkout that time. I clicked normal checkout, and then when it got time to enter card number, I was like, oh, there's a PayPal button! And so I clicked it, and it did the same thing. And I was like, wow. Okay, it's a PayPal issue. So I had to manually enter my card, which is fine. And I finally got through it all. And I luckily only got 1 shipping confirmation. And it only said 1 item, so I don't think I paid for the same pair of sweatpants 5 or 6 times. Which is good. But I'm excited for them.
That's good.
Yeah, that was a roller coaster.
Yeah, it was.
Well, because I was going to order them from Amazon, which would have been easier. Like, purchasing-wise. But if I ordered them from Amazon, they wouldn't get here until the 19th of April. Yeah. And the whole reason I want them is because I'm spending more time in sweatpants nowadays. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. So then I ordered them through Under Armour, and it said it would get here by like the 3rd, which is Friday, which I'm excited for. So, lesson learned right now, if you can help it, don't order from Amazon, order from the actual site. Like the actual company. Uh-huh. A lot of them are offering free shipping on any order.
That's good.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my dramatic story about buying sweatpants.
Should we talk about YouTube trending or Twitter trending?
Eeny, meeny, miny, Twitter.
Okay, so I put this one on here kind of as a rant thing. Because the Twitter moment, the name of it is, what advice would you give to your 18-year-old self? And I clicked on it because I was like, oh, haha, we're both under 18, haha, this is so funny.
Giving advice to me 6 months from now. Less than.
And me, like, a year from now. But it was kind of annoying to me how, like, so many of the advice you would give to your 18-year-old self was, like, nothing you care about now matters. And I was like,
I hate that. I hate that so much. Because, in a way, the way it comes off, to me at least, is you don't matter right now. Yeah. You'll matter later. Your values and everything, that will matter later, but right now it doesn't matter. Yeah. I understand that's not what they're trying to say. Mm-hmm. But that is 100% how it comes across every time to me.
Exactly. It was so annoying to me because I was trying to scroll through and see if there were more that we could talk about than just this, but it was just so annoying to me because, like, part of the reason why I wanted to, like, keep doing this podcast, and part of the reason why I've mentioned this before, but I write letters to myself at the end of every month to, like, remind myself, like, what was going through my head, is because I wanted to remind myself, like, it might seem stupid, like, the things that I care about now, like, later down the road, I'll be like, wow, I was way too concerned about what people thought of me, which, like, is valid.
I don't know.
Because,
I think your concerns at the end of this month will be valid.
I mean, yeah.
10 years
due
from
to
now,
the
20.
incident.
Due to the incident.
But, like, the general, like, high school problems, like, oh, he doesn't like me back. Oh, what shoe should I wear? Like, those are the problems, quote unquote, that they're talking about. But it was super annoying to me that, like, they thought that teenagers can't have deeper thoughts than that, because, like, I have been, like, learning a lot about the world right now, especially due to the incident and, like, the political climate right now, because
people's true characters are coming out.
True. And, like, different issues and, like, where I stand on them, so it's me, like, growing through that, and it was really, really annoying to me when it was like, oh, nothing you care about now matters, because, like, especially since climate change is a thing, and everybody's like, oh, climate change isn't real, and all
and then
of
our
this
generation
stuff.
is fighting hard.
Yeah, our generation is fighting hard because it's our future, and, like, yeah, it's everybody else's future too, but we're the ones that are going to be leading through, like, everything that's going on. And so when you say, oh, the things you're fighting for now do not matter, then it is so stupid that you would unvalidate everything that, like, our generation has done. Like,
I think a much better way to put it would be, like, you will get through your worries of right now, or, like, try and say something along the lines of, like, the things that stress you out now, you will work through, and it won't be as difficult for you as it is right now. Exactly. But they're just like, what happens now, it won't matter 10 years from now. And I'm like, I get what you're saying, but you're being a jerk.
Yeah.
That's like when people talk to me and call me child. In, like a, you know, like, they're talking to a little kid. I can't remember the word, and that's uncomfortable for me to not know the word, but patronizing. When they're patronizing you. And they're like, oh, child, just don't worry. When you're an adult, and I'm like, first of all, I'm like 4 months from being an adult. 4 months as of tomorrow. I know that's not what they mean, but, like, first of all, pretty close to an adult, legally. Second of all, like, our feelings are valid. People are wondering why anxiety and depression are so high in our generation. And I think it's because older generations, well, first of all, we have access to way too much social media, which is incredibly depressing. But second of all, it's because other generations are like, oh, your worries won't matter. And so our generation is kind of internalizing that.
Yeah. And we're kind of getting mixed messages because, like, people are, on one hand, they're telling us, oh, your problems don't matter right now, but they're also telling us, oh, you need to fix all of this stuff.
Fight for what you believe in, but it won't matter.
But it won't matter. So it's like, what do you want us to do? Anyway,
what's trending on YouTube?
On YouTube. The first video that I saw trending, I thought was, like, the title was intriguing, and I like Jaden animation, so I was like, okay. But her video title is Why I Don't Like Reading. And, it was, because I grew up, my mom's a librarian, so we read a lot. We did the summer reading program every single summer. Reading has been, like, a huge thing in the family, and, well, not necessarily for my dad, but,
I find it funny that your dad, who doesn't like reading, married a librarian.
I mean, she wasn't a librarian, to be fair, when they married, but...
My point stands.
Yeah, but it was very interesting to me because I understood some of the points that she was talking about in her video, because she was talking about how her mom forced her to read over the summer and was like, you have to read at least 2 books so you don't forget how to read over the summer, and seeing that as punishment or seeing that as something that you had to do over summer, taking away your freedom and, like, all of that. Because I don't read a lot anymore, but I do, when I like to reread the books on my shelves, and, like, sometimes I like to read new stuff when my mom brings it, and she's like, oh, I think you would like this, but, it's sad to me that people have trouble getting into, like, certain stories, but also, like, when in English class, I mean, like, what are you supposed to do besides read books? But
write papers about the book.
Write papers about the books, but when
write papers about the your interpretation of the book. But there is only one right interpretation, but the teacher won't tell you what that is. You'll turn in your paper, and they'll tell you it's wrong. That's what you do in English classes.
Basically.
Dear English teacher that knows about this, please don't listen to this episode and then yell at me.
Yes, English teacher. I don't think she's gonna listen, but hey.
Hey!
Not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, growing up, not necessarily high school. I like to read, I like to write, whatever. I like to read, I like to write. It all just sounds perfect.
I was gonna be Dr. Seuss and rhyme right with right, and then I realized that's stupid.
That's not a thing. But it was interesting, especially in, like, elementary school. In elementary school, reading is more like, fine, you get to choose what you read, but, like, in the transition from elementary school to middle school and middle school to high school, then you don't really get to choose what you read, and then you don't get to choose the stories that you immerse yourselves in. Mm-hmm. Like, part of the fun for reading for me is immersing yourself in the story and, like, getting to know the characters.
Like, when you have certain reading requirements for class, or just, like, picking up a book at the library?
No, like, well, the stories that you get to choose for fun for reading are the stories that you can choose to, like, the environment of the story that you're reading, whereas the books that are assigned for school are not necessarily choices, but, like...
But in elementary school they are, because they want you to be interested.
Yeah, they want you to be interested, but then when they give you certain things to do, and then when you feel the pressure of having to, like, take notes and, oh, she's wearing a red dress, that means she is in love, or, like, any of the symbolism, it kind of takes the fun out of it. Like, It depends on the person. Because I know that some of the English teachers at my school, like, became English teachers because that part was fun for them, like the treasure hunt of, like, trying to figure out the story as it moves along with the symbolism in the story. But, like, as a student growing up in the 21st century when everything's moving so fast with social media and everything, it's kind of like, this is so tedious and boring.
I feel that.
But, yeah. It's a, like, conflict thing, because I kind of, like, I understood parts of her video, but, like, didn't necessarily relate to the hatred of reading, because I don't hate reading.
So this is actually interesting. I have a cousin who is in kindergarten, first grade. They're learning how to read. They're in early elementary school, and they hate it with a burning passion. And so it's interesting to me because over breaks, we've never had to make this child's siblings, like, read to us. And, like, oh, can you read me this book that your mom brought with you, given by your teacher to get you to read? It's been like, well, do you want to read? Yeah, I think I do. And so they'll grab a book and read to you. But this cousin, you can't get them to read. Like, they hate it, and they have been in, like, immersion program, not immersion, but intensive programs to, like, they have to go into school for longer periods of time, and they get, like, reading interventions because they really just will not do it. And so it's interesting to me to see if they just develop something similar to Jaden Animations, where they don't like reading. And I'm intentionally being vague about this child because they are a child. and they are not in my family directly, so
yeah,
I can't ask. Well, like, I could text my aunt, but I don't want to.
Could text your cousin.
Cousin is far too young. I'm gonna be vague about this because respecting that cousin's privacy, not knowing how to read is kind of a hard thing, even at their age. So yeah, we're just gonna keep that one vague. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that changes for them and how they develop in their reading. Mm-hmm. I see John Krasinski, and I'm excited. Is he Jewish?
I don't know, actually.
Because doesn't that look like a Jewish name?
It does, kind of. Is John Krasinski Jewish? He is not Jewish.
Well, that
just has Polish ancestors.
That would be it. I was like, that is a, like, Polish name right there.
Anyway, the video that was trending that has to do with John Krasinski is he is doing, and I think this is, like, super cool, because there have been a lot of things happening with celebrities, like, trying to, like, include themselves in, like, the stuff that's going on.
Stay at home in my mansion. It's gonna be so hard, guys, but we're alone together.
Yeah.
I hate that hashtag. I hate that hashtag so much.
Very annoying.
It's cringy.
Yeah.
It is the epitome of cringe. It is the appinge!
But this I thought was really cool, and this is by far not the only, like, good news spreading platform, but because it is John Krasinski and he is very popular among, like, the media world, he decided that he would, like, he tweets out on his Twitter and is like, hey, what's some good news from this week? And then he does, like, a news style show on YouTube where he's like, oh, this happened, and, like, kind of, like, spreading the positivity even though times are hard.
I love him.
And so that was really fun, especially when this episode marked the 15-year anniversary of The Office first airing, and so he had a Zoom call with Steve Carell, and they just talked about their favorite moments on the show for, like, a solid, like, 10 minutes, and it was really fun.
That's so cute.
So I do recommend that if you want to go check it out. It is very heartwarming. There is, like, so much good.
So, here's my thing, right? I love him. I don't mean, like, I'm a girl obsessed with John Krasinski. I mean, like, I want him to be my relative. And I've decided that I'm going to start saying, I want this person to be my uncle, or I want this person to be my aunt. Because people say, like, be my dad, and they mean it in kind of a creepy way.
Yeah,
it's like sometimes they mean it in a creepy way, and sometimes they don't. They mean it in, like, I wish I was closely related to this person. But it always comes off creepy. So I've decided we should all start saying, ugh, I wish this person could be my uncle, or aunt. I think that would be fantastic.
Or cousin. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Like, especially for, like, younger Gen Z, like, millennial people. It's like, oh, they would be, like, the coolest.
When you tell people your own age to be your dad, I want to vomit. Just throwing that out there.
It's like, no, absolutely
even if you don't mean it in a creepy way. But if you're like, I wish they were my cousin, I'd be like, yes.
See,
this is some family-friendly content. But yeah, if we could all just start referring to them as our relative, uncle, however you want to refer to them, aunt, cousin, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So yeah. Should we answer our listeners' questions?
Yes, we should.
I was trying to think of a fun and quirky way to say that, but I couldn't. I failed. I'm tired.
We had a lot this week, actually.
No one has anything better to do than respond to our tweets.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. First question is from @SuperSandQ. Hey, little brother.
Hi, little brother.
And he says, on a scale of 8 to 9, how busy are you? If those
14.
If those are my options, I'm gonna say 9. Because I do have a job now that I am able to do. Is there a specific reason you picked 14?
Yeah, it's a TikTok sound where it's SpongeBob talking to Squidward.
Oh,
like,
yeah!
How busy are you on a scale of 8 to 9? 14!
I love SpongeBob. Maybe I should go rewatch some SpongeBob. They have the first few seasons on Amazon Prime.
Huh.
So, next question is, do you have any balloons? You know, you ask this, I actually do. I have a lot of balloons.
I don't think I have any balloons blown up, but I'm sure we have them in, like, a birthday party cabinet where we didn't, like, we didn't blow up all the balloons because that was excessive and we were only having, like, 7 people over. But I'm sure we have some somewhere, but not blown up currently.
My mom is an elementary school teacher. So
very fair.
She's trying to teach from home, or not teach from home because we can't teach from home, but like the entire elementary school is reading a page out of a book and they're like stitching it together and sending a video to parents. And her page says something about up. Like it's like 2 sentences, but one of them is like something up, something down. So she is taping a bunch of balloons to the wall that she's gonna read it in front of. So like Up, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we have a lot of balloons. Anyway, what's our next question?
Next set of questions, is from @Kane_I, and they ask, you should watch, well, they don't ask.
I was like, that's not a question.
They say you should watch Queer Eye.
I don't like fashion makeover shows, really, so...
Is that what Queer Eye is?
Yes. They go to people with no fashion, and they make them over. Just so happens to be a group of queer people that are doing it.
Okay. I wasn't sure about it, because I've heard things about the show. Like, people have been like, oh, Queer Eye's so good, you should watch it. And I'm like, especially before the incident, I was like, do I have time to watch a show? But now apparently I do, but, like, I'm spending most of my time watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine until
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
It's such a good show, I'm sorry.
My mom and stepdad have watched it. I've watched, like, snippets of episodes when I've been in their room, like, playing with my dog or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't vibe with it. It's just not my show.
Makes sense. It's not for everyone.
No.
Anyway.
I like What Not to Wear because of the shopping aspect. Like, they almost put a timer on them shopping sometimes, it feels like.
It's like the first part of Chopped.
Yes! Oh, I love cooking shows, though. Here's my thing.
A cooking show in so long.
I have terrible fashion, so those shows just make me feel bad about myself. Maybe that's it. Anyway, next question.
Next question, also from @Kane_I. How much hand sanitizer do you own, I'm guessing?
Yeah. I actually own a lot. I stocked up right before the incident got big. I went to Bath & Body Works. And I got, like, a ton. Because that stuff does work. Because it's over 70% alcohol. So, like, yeah, you're good if you use that. But, I gave one to my mom. The rest I have one in my car, but instead of putting it in, like, the cup holder like I normally would, I had to stick it in my, like, middle seat thing, because I'm scared someone's gonna see it and break into my car to steal my hand sanitizer. That's how crazy things are right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared of my car getting broken into for hand sanitizer.
I don't have that much hand sanitizer. I only have, like, 2 of the mini, like, little pocket things from,
Bath
and Body Works. But I have been washing my hands a lot, so.
We have not 1, not 2, but 3 different hand soaps in our front room bathroom. One is foaming, and granted, is almost out. It has, like, 5 washes left. But then we have a bar soap, and it's not a bar soap, it's like a luxury bar soap, because we got it as a gift one time, and we were like, when on earth will we use a bar soap? And now it's like, well, I guess we use the bar soap. And then we have, like, a normal hand soap, too.
I just remembered that I ordered some soap, because one of my favorite artists, her name is MXMTune, and she, made soap as merch right before the incident got big. She was like, should I make soap as merch to encourage my fans to wash their hands?
I love that so much.
And so I bought some soap, and I forgot about it until you started mentioning bar soap, because it's a bar soap. And I don't know when it's coming because of postal stuff being delayed. So I guess it'll be a surprise, and I'll just have a bar of soap in the mail, and my parents will be very confused, except maybe now they won't, because of this episode. But
I'm sure you could still get bar soap from Etsy, though. Like, if you're really desperate for soap because of the incident.
I mean, yeah.
Go to Etsy. Support small.
Yeah.
People are telling me I should return my prom dress because I'm not going to wear it. And I'm like, I bought it from a small business. There's no way I'm returning that right now. First of all, it's gorgeous. Second of all, it's a small business. Like, I'm not gonna go jeopardize, like, I don't think my prom dress will be the difference between them making it and not, but
yeah,
the point still stands.
Exactly.
Anyway, what is our next question?
Next question, also from @Kane_I, and it is, can we play Mario Kart at some point?
Listen, I've had Stardew Valley for less than a week and I've already logged over 50 hours. So, I think that's the answer. If I ever get off Stardew, maybe. But I'm not getting off Stardew.
There is a very minuscule percentage, so I would say do not count on it.
No, I spend too much time on Stardew. But if you get Stardew, let me know, because your first year is very, very confusing unless you know what's happening. So what my sister did for me was she, like, took me on a tour of her farm, so I popped over to her farm, and I just, like, walked around with her for a few days on it, and then it made a lot more sense. But especially your first season, nothing makes sense. And you're looking at it, you're like, I'm sorry, what? But I really got hooked after she took me on a tour. Also, I can hear my accent come out more and more as we continue this episode, just throwing that out there.
Alright. What's our next... Who is asking our next set of questions, and what are the questions?
Next questions come from @AllieHeron3.
Hi,
Hey, Allie. When are we rioting about our lost senior year? Well, riots are typically group activities, and that's presently not allowed, so not for a while.
To be determined.
To be determined.
And I will join your riot because I feel so bad.
I had a sophomore and a junior both tell me, like, it's not that big of a deal, and I was like, just wait until you're a senior. If this happened, like, during senior year, think about how, like, while you're in senior year, I want you to think about how much fun you're having, how much you're looking forward to certain things. Because some of them were dead serious, like, it's not that big a deal, it's just your last year of school. I was like, I'm gonna smack you upside the head! I mean, I'm not going to, because you're too far away, and that would break the 6-foot rule, but...
It makes me so sad, especially, like, on TikTok, there have been so many seniors that were doing, like, that, like, trend where they were duetting every single time, like, something big happened in senior year. So, like, first day of school, homecoming, prom, and, like, graduation. And now they're like, well, I can't do that anymore.
Did you see TikTok prom was a thing? I didn't know about it until after. Also, my dress isn't altered. And I'm scared to get it altered at this point because I'm bringing it to college with me. Because there has got to be some reason for me to wear a dress. There has got to be some. But I don't want to get it altered to my current dimensions because your weight changes a lot, for better or for worse. Freshman 15, but that can either be positive or negative depending on how you handle the new stresses. Or it cannot happen. Everybody's different. But I have a feeling I will be affected by it. So I don't want to get my dress tailored to my current dimensions, pay the money for that, and then next year have to go get it tailored again.
Yeah.
Or whenever I have to get it done. Anyway, our next question is also from Allie, and she says, how does it feel to lose at Mario Kart @Rachel? Listen, you beat me one set. This was, to be fair, this was before I got Stardew Valley. I don't think I've touched Mario Kart since I got Stardew. But, when you play Mario Kart with friends, they give the winner a really pretty crown, and it's really bright and really big. And I didn't get the crown last time, and I'm really sad about it. So, that's how it feels! I'm gonna pout the rest of this episode. Good job, Allie. What's our next question set? Why are people asking sets of questions?
Because they don't have anything better to do. We already discussed this.
Facts!
Anyway, next set of questions is from MS Bartholomew.
Hi, Mom Bart.
And she asks, how are you really?
I'm tired of hearing about the incident, because I feel like I go downstairs every morning and there is something playing about it. And then I go on Twitter and that's all there is, and then I'm just tired of it.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel like I haven't necessarily seen that much about it since I've been using my time mainly playing The Sims and watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine and, like, debating playing other games, so I haven't necessarily been, like, staring at the news or refreshing my Twitter feed every 2 seconds.
Can't relate.
But...
maybe that's my problem. There's nothing else to do!
This is why you buy new things.
I did just pay a ton of money to have a Switch.
I know.
Don't need to be buying more things. Will I? Probably. But should I? No.
Next question, also from Mom Bart, is also, where have you seen the helpers, a la Mr. Rogers?
She might have mean AKA.
AKA Mr. Rogers.
I don't know. Also, I initially read that as have you seen, not where have you seen. Oh, I think she means during the incident. Where have you been seeing people lending a helping hand?
Oh,
I think.
That makes more sense. I was so confused.
I think that's what she means. I could go ask her, but that would be way too simple. We are Gen Z, we overcomplicate things! Well, we picked up groceries for my stepdad's elderly mother. And his father, but his mom is the one that asked. And then they sanitized them all before they came into the house. We were not allowed in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, normally you're not allowed in that house with shoes on. But she straight up was like, don't go any further! Drop them on the porch, walk away. And we were like, alright, bye. We did get her flowers.
Aww.
Yeah.
My dad got my mom flowers for his birthday.
Aww. I saw they went on a nice romantic date to the grocery store.
Yeah, they did. While I was in class. They were like, okay, we're gonna go on a fun date to the grocery store. And I'm like, have fun.
We made a chalkway, is what I'm calling it. Like, CHALKWAY. Instead of a walkway, it's a chalkway. Where we put, like, hopscotch, and it's like chalk activities. Activities drawn with chalk, because we're not giving people our chalk, on the sidewalk for, like, kids and families to do when they're going on walks. And my mom actually met one of our neighbors from a distance. They were both in their driveways. And they were drawing in their driveway with chalk. And she was like, oh, did you see our little chalk area? She goes, you would not believe. We go on walks just because my kids want to play on that. I was like, aww. Yeah, so that's cute.
That's cute, yeah. Anyway, what's our next
question? I really
question?
hope that's what she was asking. I don't know.
We'll see. She'll correct us next week.
Alright, so our next question is also from my family. At jbart17j, hey Jesse.
Hi,
says, Jesse. How long do you think you can survive living in the basement without going inside and seeing the sun? You can survive a while as long as you have food and water.
Yeah. You might be pale. At me.
I know, I was like, aren't we all already? It's too cold. Although, honestly, if you are sad right now, which is completely understandable, feeling the depression, I've been telling my mom, I feel like we're more in fall going into winter than spring going into summer.
Yeah.
But it's okay to lay out in the sun for a little bit, or sit out in the sun for a little bit. That's okay.
My friend has been, like, tanning every single day that it's over, like, 50 degrees. She's like, oh, I'm gonna go tan so I have a good summer tan. And I'm like...
See... Get that vitamin D, girl, but... do it safely.
I could never.
Do it safely. I think you could survive pretty long without going outside and seeing the sun. Oh, is there a window and you can't see the sun, but you can, like, see the grass and you can see the light come off of it? You know what I'm talking about with, like, sometimes basement windows?
So you're not looking... I mean, looking directly at the sun is not safe anyways.
Well, but you can see the sun when you look up at the sky if you're not looking directly at it anyway.
Yeah.
Or just, like, when you're outside.
You can see the sunlight.
Yeah.
But she's saying the sun directly, and you shouldn't be looking directly in the sun anyway.
So you can survive however long.
Exactly. That's what we've been doing all this time anyway.
Loopholes. What's your next question?
Next question is from @QTheSparkle, and she asks, what does this mean? It is everywhere. Please help. And it is two index fingers pointing at each other.
So, I can't tell if you mean the dance move on TikTok or if you mean the two fingers just pointing to each other. Because the two fingers pointing together is usually paired with the ooh-woo face. And if you don't know what that is, it's the, like, pouty-lipped emoji. I don't know how else to describe it. But it's, like, got the big eyes. I don't know. Yeah, so it's like I'm kind of asking about this, but I'm being shy about it face. So that's kind of what I think of, because you're like, fidgeting with your fingers. If you're talking about the TikTok dance, I don't know.
It's the exact same idea. It's like, it started...
Awesome!
Yeah, it started with a bunch of people doing, like, TikToks where it's, you want to do this, but you're shy. And so, like, you're trying to, like, do things, but your fingers are pointing at each other, and, like, you're tapping your fingers, and then your feet are pointing towards each other, and you can't, like, function properly.
It's the ooh-woo face!
Yeah, and my cousin made a TikTok. Oh, she walked away.
My computer was
I made a TikTok with my cousin, that had to do with that, because we were at the park when we went to my grandma's house before the incident. Well, kind of. It was before the incident had gotten big. But we were at my grandma's house and we went to the park and we were playing groundies, because every time we go to the, groundies, monkey on the ground, whatever you call it, it's different around the world.
I don't know what that is, but alright.
It's where you're on a playground equipment, and then one person is trying to tag the people, and when they go on the playground equipment, they have to have their eyes closed and try to tag the person.
I've literally never played this game in my life.
Oh my gosh, did you have a childhood? That game, I played that, like, every single day at recess in elementary school.
How does this relate to Uwu Face? Sorry, I missed a minute there because I had to plug in my laptop.
I made a TikTok with my cousin when we went to the park, and and we were playing groundies, or monkey on the ground, whatever you call it, and, we made a TikTok where it was like when you want to play groundies but you're shy, and it was walking on the gravel with your toes pointing towards each other and with your fingers, like, pointing towards each other. It's a meme, and if you aren't on TikTok, then you don't really have to know what it is. But yeah, that's what it is. It's being shy, quote unquote.
It's the uwu face.
It's the uwu face.
I love the uwu. Did I just say that out loud? This has been another episode.
Rachel is a weeaboo confirmed.
Alright, next question set is from @SamWiseBaggins. And Sam says, what's your favorite weather? Favorite has a U, so, hey, Euro. We know I love Europe. Probably don't want to be...
You love accents.
Yeah, probably don't want to be there right now, but... Would that stop me? If someone was like, here's a free flight, all you gotta do is be quarantined for a while when you get there, and then you can stay. I'd be like, yeah, okay, checks out, and then grab my passport. Not gonna lie.
I don't have the passport.
Mine just expired, actually. It expired in December. So I should probably... Here's the problem. There's not a point in getting it renewed right now, because it's gonna expire when I turn 18. Which, as we stated, is 4 months from tomorrow. So... Why... It takes about 4 months to get it back to you renewed anyway. No, it doesn't. It takes like 6 weeks. But anyway, that seems like a waste. Because once offices finally open up again... No, I'm not renewing it until I turn 18.
What's your favorite weather, Rachel?
Depends on what season we're in.
What's your favorite in general?
Sunny and warm, but not hot. So, like, mid-60s, 70s, with low humidity.
Yeah.
I like Arizona in the winter, is what I'm saying.
I'd say my favorite weather is either the rain, or it is when it's not necessarily, like, super warm, and it's not necessarily raining, but there's, like, a breeze, and it's not cold, and the sun's still out, but there's, like, a breeze, so it's kind of windy. But it's not hot because the sun hates me. That's what my favorite weather is.
Nice. I don't like that. I want to be able to walk out in shorts and a t-shirt and be fine. And, like, a breeze can blow by and I'm like, oh, that's a little chilly, but then the sun is there.
I like the cold more than I like the warm. That's what I'm saying, basically. Anyway.
Last question, also from Sam, is also sending positive vibes for you all. Keep safe. I was wrong. That was not a question, but thank you. Positive vibes are appreciated.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know about you, but I feel like I have a lot of spoons. Like, I'm sad more than normal. Well, about average. But, like, I have more spoons. Because I'm an introvert. And we've explained spoon theory here, right?
Yes, we have.
Okay, I feel like we explained it a lot.
You could do it, like, really quick.
Spoon theory is basically when you have chronic illness or disability, you are mentally and physically allotted so many spoons a day. This isn't a hard and fast rule, but basically everything you do, from getting up and showering in the morning to going to work to making dinner, uses a certain amount of spoons. So, like, I'm an introvert. Being around people takes all my spoons. So, like, so you get more spoons if you can take a nap or you sleep well. You get less spoons if you forget to take your meds or don't sleep well that night, etc., etc. But for me right now, I'm doing pretty okay. I feel like I'm using my spoons for other things, so I'm feeling more productive than I have in a while. How are you? How's your spoon check?
Honestly, I feel like the incident is affecting other people more than it's affecting me. Because I feel like a lot of people at my school are taking it harder because they don't necessarily have online friends, which isn't necessarily, like, saying, oh, people with online friends are doing better than people without, but I feel like it's harder for people that aren't used to, like, not seeing people face to face. When I have it pretty split, even, where I see these people at school and I see these people online, and so it's not super hard for me, and I don't usually go out and do things anyway. All I really do is, like, either stay home or go to a friend's house, which I don't know. It's weird because, like, I feel like I should be affected more, but it isn't. I don't know. But I'd say spoons are... Because, like, I have things that I should do, like, I need to clean my room, but I don't necessarily, like, have a lot of motivation to do it. I feel like I'm kind of on an extended break, because it hasn't necessarily, like, it's hit me because we're doing online school in my district, but it hasn't hit me like, oh, I don't know when I'm gonna see people again, because, like, that isn't necessarily something that I think about all the time. I don't know.
I get it.
Words are hard.
Yeah. Katrina.
Yes, Rachel?
Gonna be time for our favorite segment on this podcast. Let's take a BuzzFeed quiz.
It sure can.
What's our BuzzFeed quiz this week?
Our BuzzFeed quiz is, which Harry Potter mom are you?
Ooh. Which Harry Potter mom am I?
Good question. That's what we're gonna find out.
Alright. Our first question of the night, day, whenever you're listening to this, is, which Hogwarts house are you? Ravenclaw, Slytherin, Gryffindor, or Katrina already has her scarf out, and I didn't even say Hufflepuff. She got it out the second I said Hogwarts house.
Hogwarts house, and I'm like, alright, I already know what's going on. I already have my Hufflepuff scarf on, but not on because I'm overheated in my room. It is on my head. And my head is already overheated because I have too much hair.
Mood. I'm a Slytherin.
Oh, I love you.
I love you too. I will protect all my Hufflepuff children, sisters, with my life. I guess I'll protect my brothers too, but sisters before misters. What's our next question?
Alex is gonna DM you after listening to this
Is
episode.
he a Hufflepuff too?
Yes!
Oh, that's cute.
We have matching Hufflepuff scarves. I got him a Hufflepuff scarf for Christmas, and he got me a Hufflepuff scarf for Christmas, and the parents knew, and we did not.
That's cute.
We also did the same thing when Rainbow Loom bracelets were popular. I got him a Rainbow Loom, and he got me a Rainbow Loom. It was so cute. Anyway, next question is, what animal would you give your child? Owl, cat, rat, or no pet?
I feel like I would give my kid an owl. Also, it's not a rat, it's a toad. The rat was just a blip.
Yeah, toad is what's on the letter.
Ron just totally ignored it. What the heck, Ron?
Yeah. I don't know. Because owls are more useful.
Right, that's why I said an owl.
But also Crookshanks. I loved Crookshanks.
I'm allergic to cats. There will be... I say there will be no cats in my adult household, but we both know I'm going to see a cat at a shelter and be like, oh, it needs a home! Because I'm a shelter lover and I will adopt.
Yeah, that's what happens in... I can't live in the world that comes with cats and dogs because the world that comes with cats and dogs automatically spawns strays. And so every time I live in the world that comes with cats and dogs, I will see strays and I will have 7 pets in my household with my one sim because I cannot control myself.
Yeah, no, I'm always a person, I love getting to adopt animals. I don't have anything against people that get their animals from breeders as long as it's a responsible breeder. Because fun fact, if we didn't have breeders, we just, like, if people didn't breed dogs, we straight up wouldn't have dogs.
Yeah.
Because that's how, like, when you get your pet from a shelter, it's usually a requirement that they're fixed, so spayed or neutered, which means straight up we just would not have dogs. So as long as you are doing your research and getting your animal from a responsible breeder, I, like, completely understand. That being said, I will adopt all the fluff muffins.
Also, I have a cat in my new Sims file, and on my private story on Snapchat, I only post pictures of him, and his name is Bentley, and he is a stud, and I love him, and would die for him. Anyway, what's our next question?
Next question is, pick somewhere to go on vacation. The mountains, the beach, the countryside, or I prefer a staycation. The mountains. Part of the reason I picked the school I did is because you can see the mountains from campus, and I think it's gorgeous. Because I'm that girl. I love mountains. Maybe I'm not that.
Come visit my state.
Listen, I was going to because flights are low, and my mommy said no. And granted, it was probably a good call, but
because you would have been quarantined with me.
No, I would have been literally stuck.
Yeah.
For who knows how long. Anyway, pick a color.
I didn't answer.
It's also your turn to read the question. Answer faster!
I said I prefer a staycation, and I was letting you explain your answer. The next question is pick a color. Dark blue, fiery orange, deep green, or midnight black.
We all know what I'm gonna pick. Fiery orange! No, dark blue. It's gorgeous.
I'm gonna do midnight black.
Who is your favorite character? Fun fact, I hate the contraction whose, because I can never remember if I'm supposed to write who apostrophe S or WHOSE. Because the rule on that one confuses me, so I always just say who is.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's whose if it's, like, the purse whose owner is Sarah. Like, I think that's when you use whose, like, WHOSE.
Mm-hmm.
Because you wouldn't say the purse who is owner is Sarah. This is not an English podcast. Who is your favorite character? Draco Malfoy, Hermione Granger, Luna Lovegood, Ron Weasley. I like Draco Malfoy, but, like, the non-canon Draco Malfoy.
Oh, all the, like...
He's really sweet.
Alternate universes.
Yes. Or he's like a sweet little bean. I love him. I don't like canon Draco, but I like non-canon Draco.
I don't know if I should choose Hermione or Luna. Because I love... Hermione was, like, my Harry Potter role model, but, like, Luna is also, like, hilarious. I'll do Hermione.
Yeah. So I have a question on the next question, but I need you to ask the question.
Okay. Next question is, what Muggle invention would you like to study? Pens and pencils, cars, televisions, or toasters?
Here's my thing with toasters. Why? I saw this, and I was like, that's stupid, that's just a toaster oven. But I was like, no, they serve different purposes. Why is a toaster side not clear so that you can see how toasted your toast is? Doesn't that make sense?
I guess.
Because then you would be able to see if it's getting too burnt, because sometimes you don't know, and then it pops up and you're like, well, I just wasted however many minutes of my life.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Are you choosing toasters for that reason?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say pens and pencils so that I could find, like, the most efficient
G2
pen or pencil. We're talking about the Harry Potter world. We don't know if G2s exist in the Harry Potter world.
The Harry Potter world is the same world as our world. We just don't necessarily know it. Next question. What subject did you like best at Hogwarts? Charms, Dada, potions, herbology. Dada is defense against the dark arts, but it's more fun to say Dada. Potions, because that's just chemistry. AKA my major.
I'd say charms.
That seems like a you thing. I'm sorry to all the viewers I just made yawn. Viewers, listeners, this is an audio-only podcast.
Viewers. They just stare at the sound waves.
I mean, they could. We do still upload to YouTube, I think. Do we?
Hopefully. Nobody's told me otherwise.
I can't remember the last time I checked. Anyway, what's the next question?
Next question is, what would you like to drink? Fire whiskey, butterbeer, tea, or I'm not thirsty?
I'm gonna say tea. Because right now I could go for some sleepy tea.
I'll say butterbeer. Because I don't have an
our last post on YouTube was a month ago.
Oh boy.
Why
does this keep happening?
I don't know. Montana Chalky Snacks? What is that episode about? I named it. I edited it. What on earth?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Oh, I like that you can see when we switched to our new logo. That's cute. It was about 8 months ago. Our old logo was literally a Z. It was a Z we typed up in a document and took a screenshot of. We've come so far.
Good times.
Good times. Our next question is, what's your favorite holiday? Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, or Valentine's Day? Who on earth would pick Valentine's Day? Also, I just got my result, and,
someone in a relationship.
That's true. I picked Christmas.
Me too, because I don't like Thanksgiving, Halloween is not my favorite, and I'm always alone on Valentine's Day.
So, I know exactly why I got the result I did.
What'd you get?
Narcissa Malfoy. Because I picked Slytherin and Draco. And so they instantly were like, you are Narcissa, get over it.
I mean, Narcissa is, like, a good mom.
Here's the thing. I think, honestly, trigger warning here, but I think Narcissa was in an abusive relationship. And was forced to the dark side. Straight up. I think she is a good person in a bad situation. And that's the tea. Anyway, my description is Narcissa Malfoy. Congratulations. You may not be your child's best friend, but you would do anything to keep them protected and safe. They know to rely on you when the going gets tough. And like Narcissa, you are the kind of mother who will always rise up to the challenge. They're definitely lucky to have you. I could not read that. That was so many. I messed up lots. What'd you get?
I got Lily Potter.
Of course you did.
So basically
You're the opposite of me. You're my foil. See, teachers, we don't need you. We can use words outside of the class.
Yeah. My description is, congratulations. Like Lily, you're playful, brave, and compassionate, and this comes out in who you are as a mother. Your children are your best friends as well as your babies, and there's nothing you wouldn't do to keep them safe and happy. How lucky are they?
I don't know. How many are there?
How many are there?
46! But last year there were 47! I'm gonna take you to the store and you can buy...
Is it 36 or is it 46?
I thought it was 46. Now I'm questioning. I think it's 46.
36.
Oh. Well, this is my resignation. Oopsie. Okay. Well, anyway.
I'd say that Lily Potter is a good choice for me. I'm not necessarily sure that I'm brave because I'm not in Gryffindor, but
you can be brave without being in Gryffindor.
I don't know of any, like, moms that were in Hufflepuff that we talk about in the books that much.
No. Because honestly, I always think until I act, like, I have to force myself to remember, I always think Luna is a Hufflepuff. And then I'm like, oh wait, crap, she's a Ravenclaw. Because I did almost say, well, you've got Luna, and then I was like, no, you don't. No, you don't.
And she's not a mom.
Well, her mom died when she was little making... But I was thinking, like, what prominent Hufflepuff characters do we know? Cedric. But we know nothing about his mother. We know a fair amount about his dad, but...
Yeah. There's Cedric, and... like, there's a bunch of side characters, like Hannah Abbott and, like, all those.
Okay, but their wiki pages take half a page.
Exactly.
Also, Newt is, like, we know about him, but he's such a mystery of a character.
That we don't know anything about him. Did I remember when I went to go see Crimes of Grindelwald, and then there was a commercial beforehand that said, don't be a Hufflepuff, and I screamed at the TV? Did I tell you at the... screen, did I tell you about that? No! It's kind of self-explanatory, but I was there with a couple of my friends, and we were, like, we were in the very back row, and, I don't remember what the ad was for, but it was like, don't be a Hufflepuff, do this thing. And it was, like, a Harry Potter, like, experience thing. And I was like, your main character is literally a Hufflepuff. What are you talking about? And, like, was screaming. And, like, so many people turned and looked at me. And I'm like, I don't even care. Because, are you kidding me?
You were that person in a movie theater. All right.
I had to defend my house.
I know. I think they should not have posted. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Why...
Yeah, and I was like, excuse me, and my friends are like,
we don't know her.
And I'm like, I will fight you. And so many people turned around and looked at me, and I was like, you know what, this is it's like the mom reflex, but for my entire Hogwarts house. I will protect my Hufflepuff friends.
Yeah. Anyway.
Is
there anything else we need to be working on right now? working on, talking about.
My physics homework.
Mood.
Anyway.
What?
I think that's all we need to talk about, though.
Yeah. Well, in that case, this has been another episode of Perspective Z. That's been Katrina.
That's been Rachel.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Toodles!